Hello everyone, welcome, my name's Ali A, and this is what you guys have all been waiting for, early gameplay footage of a new Black Ops 2 Zombies map, Buried. Now I've got a full 10 minutes worth of gameplay within this single video. All I could upload for the early gameplay was one single Zombies video with 10 minutes maximum worth of footage. So I've taken all of the early gameplay footage I got and tried to cram as much new stuff into this one single video as possible. What you guys can do is check the description of this video and there'll be timestamps letting you know what new stuff appears at what time within the video. The first part of the video is going to be mainly showing off the route I take and just the new map itself, and then after that I start to introduce and show off some of the new stuff that I found within this Zombies map, but everything will be linked in the description. So first of all, there is also a grief and a turned mode for the Buried map, but I'm going to be playing the full proper version of the map here. Right at the beginning in the starting area you can jump up and grab hold of that metal bar and you can get the LSAT off the wall for 2,000 points. Only one person can actually make the jump though, and if you don't buy the LSAT quickly you'll fall down like I did, and you'll basically come to the starting point of the underground part of the map Buried, where you'll find quick revive, and you'll have multiple routes at this point which you can take to get to the center of the map. And I'm going to speed up the route that I took for you guys. I believe this is probably the best route to take, and I'll show you guys why. You've got to make a few jumps, but this is one of the orbs that I found, and I'll talk about that a little bit more later on in the video. All of this new stuff to talk about, but this is the route I took to get to the center of the map where you'll find the buildings. And I found the Bowie knife on the wall here, and I think this is really useful. Getting the Bowie knife early on means you can knife zombies straight away and get loads of points for it, so it's super useful. From this point I'm now going to jump and continue to the power room. Of course everyone wants to turn on the power first when they're playing a new Zombies map, and if you take the route that I took you can jump across some of the sort of rooftops of the buildings and then you can make it into this room. You can turn on the power switch nice and easy. Now what I've done with this footage is I've cut it up a lot. I've tried to make it so that it's easy to follow, so it's from multiple playthroughs, but they try and link in terms of the location of the map just so you get a better understanding of where everything is and what's going on. So underneath the power room you can get claymores off the wall, but more importantly there's actually a sweet shop, and I'll talk a little bit more about this sweet shop in a minute. But this sweet shop is used to guide the very large prisoner-like zombie around the map and to do certain things for you. I've talked about this a little bit in the trailer beforehand, but again, continuing the sort of map walkthrough, if you continue through the candy room you then come outside to even more parts of the map. You can see some rubble and some debris stopping you from getting into that room. Again, I'll continue talking about how you can get rid of that debris in a second here. This is pretty much sort of the end point of the map, and we get to see the house and the scary lady from the trailer, the pre-release trailer that I covered on my channel. In terms of a proper full walkthrough where it's all done live, I'll be doing that as well on Tuesday once the maps launch, and of course there's coverage of all of the new maps here on my channel early, and then there'll also be live gameplays of all the new multiplayer maps here on my channel come Tuesday. So this just here to the left is the building with the scary old lady in it, and we're going to have a look at her through the window here, and then this sort of brings us to the end of the sort of overall map guide walkthrough, and then I'm going to start showing you guys some of the really awesome new stuff that's on this map. There's a load of items to pick up and to take around the map, and there's a lot of buildable places as well. But now we're back towards the center, just near the power room. As you can see, we're now looking back over to the house we've just come from, and there is a mystery box on the bottom here, and you can also head up the stairs to another room, and heading up the stairs to the other room will also lead to another mystery box. But more importantly, just underneath the room here is where the very large controllable in a way zombie is, and he's important because he's going to allow you to get around the map. And you see that big debris there, that big pile of debris can only be destroyed by him. We are now jumping to the room above where the zombie is. We're now going to go back down and actually free him. So if you go up the stairs next to the mystery box that I just showed, you would then fall down here, and to get him out of there you need to grab the key that's on the wall just in front of him, and then you can open it up. Now once you open him up once, he'll come out, he'll move around the map, he'll then come back and the cage will relock itself. If you want to get him out again, you've got to go and find the key, and the key will be randomly placed around the map on that little hanging device, which is where we've just got it from. Now once you take him out from here, He'll be a little bit scared. He's a little bit more of a timid zombie, but you can give him booze, and there'll be booze or alcohol here within this starting room. Once you give it to him, that will allow him to smash the debris piles or the rubble piles, which won't otherwise be movable in any other way. So he smashes through that debris pile. If you then want him to smash through another debris pile, which is blocking Juggernog, for example, blocking some of the other rooms, you've got to go and find another booze pot or booze container elsewhere on the map. So there's lots of searching, lots of items you've got to be moving around all the time. Now we're jumping back to the candy store. I said this candy store is important because if you get candy, you can also feed it to the very large zombie, and this won't make him destroy anything, it will make him hurt the zombies. So you can buy the candy from that little location there for 1,000, and it's also sometimes located in the room for free, just on the floor, but you'll of course want to be using this candy a few times to help you out, and then once you feed it to the very large zombie, he'll go into sort of like a mini rampage and start hurting the other zombies, but he won't destroy rubble in this mode. Again, that's only using the booze. So 2 ways to feed the very large zombie here. Now this is very exciting. This is the brand new zombie gun which we haven't seen before in the trailers. It's massive. It's called the Paralyzer, and it's basically one of the weapons where you hold it down and it charges up and it slows down the zombies, and it eventually sort of just paralyzes them, and then they explode and die. But it can overheat. You can see a number on the weapon itself. Once that weapon number gets to around 150, I believe, it will stop, it will go red, and you'll have to wait for it to decharge. So you've got to use it in bursts essentially. So it's useful, very useful indeed. It slows down zombies, which is very, very good. But you've got to make sure it's not overheating. If it starts overheating, then that's not very good at all. Here you can see it being used in bulk against zombies. It's just mowing through them all. So it's one of those items, or one of those weapons, sorry, where you've got to be careful. You've got to be using it in big bulks of zombies. Using it against just 1 or 2 probably isn't the best idea, but I wanted to give you some gameplay of it and to show you how it works and how it looks once it's in action. Now you can jump around the rooftops here, and you're going to be doing a lot of jumping, you're going to be doing a lot of moving between these buildings, and having this weapon in your back pocket to kill off the zombies is more than useful. Now, you know I talked about the orbs at the beginning of the gameplay. Well, I decided once I got this weapon to actually shoot at the orb with the weapon, and it essentially charges up the orb to a point where it turns white and it's a little ping sound, which that means you know you've charged it fully. And there are multiple orbs based around the map. At the moment I only got a few hours to play the zombies maps. I'm not sure what the orbs do. Either they're a part of the Easter egg or they can help you in another way, but I'm just letting you guys know that if you see the orbs and you have a weapon, then shoot the orbs with that weapon. Now here we're going to look at another new weapon, which is a pistol, and this pistol is super powerful, like an old school sort of revolver, and this was acquired through the mystery box as well. And I've got a few more new things to show you here as well. This weapon looks really powerful. It's only used on the sort of lower levels, so I'm not sure how useful it is up to the higher rounds, but it's another weapon, and I knew you guys would want to see this. Now we also managed to get the new ray gun Mark II within the box on this new map. Of course there was early gameplay on my channel of the new ray gun Mark II, because of course it was leaked accidentally earlier on last week, so you guys probably have already seen this, but I just wanted to show you again on the new Buried map, so you can see it in action. Now the next item here is really, really cool. It's only available, as far as I'm aware, within single player, so you're going to be playing by yourself, and it's again gotten from the mystery box. And this item is like a time bomb or time mechanism, which is really, really useful as far as I'm aware. Again, we're in a limited playthrough on this map and limited usage, so this is the only footage I have of this item in use. Now, once you pull it out, you can throw it on the floor, and essentially as soon as you throw it on the floor, you're like putting a checkpoint down on the map. And once you place that checkpoint down, you can then come back to that checkpoint at any time, or basically reverse time to come back to that point by using the item again. So that's basically placing a checkpoint. We stopped, we then pressed the trigger button, and we jump back in time to that point. Now, I'm not sure if there's a time limit on how long you can have that checkpoint on the floor, if the zombies come back even stronger once you go back in time. I'm not too sure. It's again very early gameplay footage of this item. If I learn more about it, I'll do a separate video on Tuesday once we get more time to play through. Now the final thing I'm going to show you guys, which is very exciting, is a new mechanism. You will probably have seen those question marks on the wall throughout this gameplay. Now those question marks can actually be altered to any gun you want from this chalkboard list. If you get to the room as shown here, you find all of these weapons on the wall, and you can go to a question mark, taking this chalkboard drawing and place it on the question mark, and then that question mark will turn into that item. So for example, if you want to hold down the room with a certain weapon, you can then come to the question mark, hold down the item, and then that will become the gun, and you can then use it and buy it off the wall. So it's going to be really useful, definitely for different strategies and different parts of the map. If you find an item that works really well, you can then place it on the question mark and boom, you're set to go. And that's absolutely everything I have to show you guys early of this new zombies map. I think I've fitted in a load within this video, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have done so, give it a like, and be sure to check out all of my new and early gameplay footage of all the new multiplayer maps. And then tomorrow I'll have more extensive coverage of this zombies map, giving individual videos about certain things, and then of course live gameplay of all the other multiplayer maps again. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Let me know what you think of this new zombies map in the comment section, and I'll see you guys on my next video.